Hi, this is Ms. Tyler, and I'm going to go over the Chapter 3 review with you. First, we want to take a look at this box over to the right, and we want to figure out if these line segments create perpendicular, parallel, skew lines, or nothing. All right, so first we want to look at UT and WT. Okay, so if we take a look at what these lines create, they create perpendicular lines. So now we want to take a look at RS. So let's see where RS is located, back here. And then there's VW. So VW is in the back, RS is in the back. Now, if they were on the same plane, they would be parallel. They're technically not on the same plane, but we can still say that they are parallel. I'm actually going to change that to red. It's my first time working on this, so bear with me. All right, now we want to take a look at TU. So here's TU and WX. And WX is over here. Okay, so these are on total opposite planes and they're going every which way. So this now is going to be, these are going to be skew lines. Okay, I don't want to get, there we go, skew. Okay, now we want to look at plane VWT. So we're looking at the whole thing. Here's VWT. So this whole front part, that's our front plane. Okay, we want to find something, and then we want to see plane RSX. So R is back here, S goes back, so it's that back plane. Okay, so if we're thinking about like a Kleenex box or a book, we have the front and the back. So these ones are actually going to be parallel. Parallel here. And then the last one we're going to take a look at is going to be TW and WX. Pick a different color. Okay, so we have TW, which is right here in the front. And then WX is right back here down below. And those are creating perpendicular lines. Let's get that orange, and I'll write that in. Okay, good. Now we want to name the special pair of angles. So if we take a look over at the diagram, we want to look at, here's angle 6 and angle 10. Now, we're not saying that these are parallel lines, we're just looking at the special angles and the locations of those. So these are actually going to be corresponding angles. Okay, then 7 and 9. 7 is located down here. 9 is over here. Okay, so these two angles, they're on both sides of the transversal. So they're alternate. And they're inside of these two other lines. So they're alternate interior angles. Let's take a look at 8 and 9. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. So 8 we have is here, and 9 is in here. They're on the same side of this transversal, and they're interior, so these are going to be consecutive. Consecutive interior angles. Okay, and 12, let's see, where's 12? Here's 12 and 8. Okay, so now 12 and 8, we have on both sides of the transversal, and it's underneath this line and underneath this line. So these angles are corresponding angles. Okay, so let's go back now looking at 5. Here's 5 and 11. Okay, they're on both sides of the transversal, so they're alternating. And they're on the exteriors, they're alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. And the last we have 8, which is here, and 10. So 8 and 10, those are going to be alternate interior angles. They're alternating and they're inside. Okay, so let's go down to number 12. So we want to figure out the reason for the conclusion. Now we want to write these as if-then statements. So if it's telling me that AB is perpendicular to BC, we know that that's creating a 90-degree angle that forms a right angle. So I want to conclude then that angle ABC is a right angle. So I want to start with this. Okay, what was I given? I was given if two lines are perpendicular, then I'm going to change colors here. Then here's my conclusion. If is my hypothesis, then I can conclude they form a right angle. Okay, so now let's look at the next one. If 3 and 4 are supplementary, so 3 and 4 are supplementary, I want to conclude that angle 3 plus angle 4 equals 180. Okay, well, I'm starting with this, with my red, if two angles are then what can I conclude? There's my conclusion. Then they add up to 180. We use this all the time in so many of our proofs. So I want you guys to really, really, really focus on, if you see two angles are supplementary, take this information right away. Then, yes, they add up to 180 degrees. So here's the first page, and I'm going to make a new video for the next few pages. I'm going to keep them shorter. So here you go for the first one, and we'll finish up